Let me say this to the kids.
Yeah, talk to that camera right there.
Listen, and I'm saying this as a son who lost a dad, and I'm saying this also as a dad
Who lost a son?
who lost a son, right? The Bible says, honor your mother and your father that your days may be long. And when they say honor your mother, it's not what go on in front of them. What go on, what you also do, honor your parent by doing what they taught you to do when they're not there.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't know too many people got killed with their parents there. You understand? God look at this. And if you get yourself in a position where God take his hands off you, man, you messed up. If you have a mother, if you have grandparents, man, that think enough of you, you know what you're supposed to do. You know what you're not supposed to be doing. And we don't want to destroy nobody's memory or whatever. But the things that we did, our generation did to have a good time, y'all generation is dying from it.
Sure.
You can't take a pill. You can't drink nothing. Fentanyl has made it into vapes.
Oh my gosh.
Fentanyl has made its way into marijuana.
Yes, sir.
I knew a mother that told me a week after my son died, her son smoked, took one hit and went straight back. And that was the end. And there's a lot of y'all are out here losing your lives. And it ain't just about you losing your life. But I want every single young person that's watching this to think about right now, before you take that pill, before you smoke, before you drink that lean or anything, forget about yourself. Put 2 holes in that casket where you can look at that front row and imagine what that front row gonna look like. And you say you love your mother. Why would you do this to her? Why would you do this to your mom and your dad? And a lot of y'all have your grandmothers in your life. You think you ain't heard no cry until you hear the cry of a grandmother. Yeah, you hear a scream of a mother. But when a grandmother break down and cry, at her old age, in her 70s, in her 80s, and got to cry to bury a grandchild that she raised, how do you think about all of that before you decide that you're gonna take a pill to get high or to feel good or to relax? The risk. Because it's bad pills out there, it's bad stuff out there. You know what I'm saying? I lost a nephew that was 32, I lost a niece that was 32. My pastor daughter died when she was 32, and my son died when he was 32. I had to go to all of these funerals, all these people died. And I remember looking down on that front row, watching my grandparents cry like they did. I'd never forget it. I'm in therapy for that. I'm in therapy for the way it made me feel when my grandparents was crying like that. April the 11th, 1974. I hadn't even got to the part about my son yet. I'm in therapy for watching my grandparents grieve, watching how that affected my grandparents. That upset me more than anything. That's why when I say I hear anything from the 70s, it's a trigger. Because I become him in the 70s, burying his son.
Which is your dad.
Which is my dad. And I end up going through the same thing. So if I hear anything by Marvin Gaye or Curtis Mayfield,
you go back.
I go back, but my mind tricked me and make me think that that's my son, and I become my granddad. And that's how I tie it all together. That's why this book is so good and so unique, because I tie it all together in the book.
And you said something which I pray that y'all who are listening and watching this show hear, because some of you all have a drinking problem, a smoking problem. Let's just put all that aside. You have an addiction that you think is only impacting you, but it's not only impacting you, it's impacting you and everyone who loves you. And watch this, not just everyone who loves you, but everyone who is around you, who knows you. And I have and I'm trying to say it respectfully because it's not public, but I have someone in my extended family that their decision is impacting me and I don't see them every single day.
Sure.
But because it's impacting my mom, who's that's their relative, that's their son, I get the call. I hear the hurt. And I feel the pain because of one decision. And your addiction may not be drugs or alcohol. Your addiction could be gambling. And you're coming home and now your family is stressed because they have no money to survive. Whatever that addiction is, it doesn't just impact you. And Rickey said something that was so good. Man, put 2 holes through that casket.
And look through it.
And look through it. And that's convicting to me. Because it's like, man, before you make a decision, put 2 holes through that casket and see how is this decision going to impact others.
That's why I worked so hard to make it, man. I just wanted to make my grandparents smile. Wow. I wanted to give them double for what they lost. And for them to look up and watch Comic View and watch their grandson come out on TV every night looking just like his dad, that was the best thing I could have ever done for them. Yeah. I'm just saying that on the side. Yeah. Personally, that's why one of my grinds was I wanted to make my grandparents happy and proud.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Have they ever told you that they're happy and proud of you?
Oh, yeah. Before, man, I was real close to my grandparents. They all dead and gone.
Yeah.
My son is actually buried right next to my grandmother.
Wow.
But yeah, I was.
What's going on, family? It's your boy, Anthony ONeal, and I want to share a secret with you. I want to share something with you that I regret not doing sooner. If you've been thinking about getting life insurance, now is the time to act. Let me tell you about my friends over at Ethos, a life insurance company that's making waves with its affordability and ease of access. You can get coverage for as low as $30 a month. My own rate was just around $60 a month, and I spend more than that on food delivery. Let me be honest. I'm going to give you some quick points of why I love them so much. Number one is their rates and affordability. Imagine paying $30 or $68 a month for a peace of mind. That's less than most of your monthly subscriptions. Number two, ease of use. You can get up to $2 million in coverage without any medical exams or blood tests. Just answer a few quick, healthy questions and you're set. The entire process is 100% online and take less than 10 minutes. Number three, speed. You can get a quote in seconds. You can apply in minutes and have same-day coverage. I got my coverage through Ethos literally in 10 minutes and got my thing back quick. Trust and reliability is the last thing I love about them. Ethos has an A+ rating with the BBB and stellar Trustpilot reviews. Every day, around 2,000 families are approved for life insurance through Ethos. Listen, I don't want you to wait. Life insurance rates can increase by 8 to 10% each year you delay. I purchased my policy a few years ago, and if I had waited until now, my price would be significantly higher. Lock in your rate right now and secure your family's future. I want you to visit anthonyoneal.com/ethos to get your free life insurance quote. Apply and get coverage in under 10 minutes. Don't procrastinate. Take control of your future today.
Yeah, I was definitely able to make them proud. Try to make something happen for them. And I would just hope and pray that all you kids out there, if you get an opportunity, and parents, if you watch them, show this to your teenage kid. Let them know that that's not the right way to go. You know, ain't nothing wrong with decency, nothing wrong with discipline, nothing wrong with respect, nothing wrong with the structure. To go out here and try to make something happen for yourself. Yeah. And don't put your parents through this. Because now, you know, my whole life has changed. Yeah. Just a different person now. Yeah. You know, the anxiety, you know, the butterfly. I was like, how the hell my granddaddy getting through this? You know, my granddaddy went to work every day. And, you know, he would rarely talk about it. When he got older, when I got grown, he talked more about it. Yes, sir. Or whatever. But just make sure you respect, if you don't read nothing else, remember, honor your mother and your father that your days may be long. Yeah. And honor is whatever you do when they're not around. You're honoring. They say don't do certain things, don't do certain things. Be kind, be loving, be respectful, or whatever, you know, because you only get one mother. You only get one father. If your father or your mother is in your life, do the right thing and make your parents proud. You know, don't take them through that. Don't They don't want to see you get laid off the jail in handcuffs. And they definitely don't want to see you sit there in that chair up under that tent and watch that casket go down.
Yeah. I want to thank you for your message and you being honest. I don't really see a lot of men saying, I cried. I don't see a lot of men saying, you know what, I stepped up to the plate, I had to do what I had to do, but then when I got done doing what I had to do, I just cried. And to hear you share the balance of, hey, I had to do what I had to do, but when I was done doing that, man, I would just ball up and I would just cry, I would just weep. And I think that we need to hear that, because I think a lot of men feel as if men don't cry.
Yeah.
And thank you for putting your family's journey in a book that I believe is going to save other families.
Thank you.
That I believe is going to convict other people from making bad decisions. I believe this show is going to convict. And as a matter of fact, this is what I want to do. If you're watching this on YouTube and someone in your family, whether that's you, whether that's someone in your family, is going through something through an addiction, whether that's addiction with money, drugs, alcohol, you name it, I want you to put just their first name, not the last name, just their first name inside the comment section. And I'm going to be praying over each and every single name that the enemy will flee and that God will step in and intervene. Because while I can't relate to what our brother is going through, I pray that I don't have to, but things are looking like I may be going through something similar. And I just believe that if you're watching this and you know who you are, bro, that I hope that you heard Rickey's heart. I hope that you heard his words. I hope that you know that your family loves you. Your mom and dad loves you. Your extended family loves you. And for anyone who's watching this, because one thing I heard this particular individual in my family say, Rickey, he said, the reason why I'm doing this is because no one loves me. So I drink because why not? You don't love me, God don't love me, this person don't love me. And I'm like, wait, yes we do. And I want to say this, you are loved. If you're watching this, you are loved.